All right, we're back. It is COMP1004. Rapid application development here in the fall 2016 semester. We're week 3, part 1 of our podcast. I'm going to be talking about fundamentals, but I'm not going to teach the fundamentals because that doesn't have any value for you. Okay. I'm going to go about my today. We'll start your lab 2. If you notice up on Blackboard, there's a lab number 2. That's going to be due tomorrow at midnight. Right? That lab 2, all I want you to do is build a splash form that we're going to be doing today. And I want you to practice because there's some finicky bit to it, how to build a splash form with Visual Studio and Windows Forms. Okay? We'll talk about that today. Paying you for it. It's 2%, 80% to do the splash form. And then if you include your splash screen in your assignment number 1, and there's going to be opportunities for you to put a smart scan. We use splash screens in general, just as an aside topic, to communicate with something that's loading. Right now, you can make it as really nice as you want. You can make your splash screen, it just loads up, and then it kind of has your logo on there and everything else. I'm going to be using it for that from that perspective going forward, and then during your exam, definitely, which is on week 7. Of the semester, so you're going to do this splash screen in a multi-form application. We're also going to be talking about multi-form applications today. How do I go from one form to the other? How do I move around? How do I navigate doing forms? Really, there is no. I've never seen an application that's one single form. It's very rare. I talk about some things, and I'll get to the things. I'm not going to be about this. This is how to work with American string data, right? So I want you to look at this and this operate as something you should know if you did Java. So I'm not going to reteach this, like what the variable or the data types are called, might be slightly different. But one thing is we use the Common Language Interface, right? The CLI is what it's called, right? When you learn things with C#, it's the same data type for C++ and VB, right? So as long as you data types are used in the other programming languages. So that's what Microsoft has done. And also that. So that or the one that we're using today, which is the Windows Forms, these same data types are what they are. I'm going to go through all of them. I mean, you guys should know what these are. So integers and singles and doubles. They do have a decimal. And again, you can use a decimal type. In Java, they have slightly different data types, but definitely a decimal that you probably want to use if you're doing any kind of number calculations. And this is the keyword that's involved. So it's keyword on the left-hand side, and then what it is, the data type on the right. So I'll go through that. How to declare a variable, how to store stuff in variables. It's all here in the PowerPoint. One of the keys are, though, with C#, if you have a data type, for example, that is a floating type, you need to use the F character to indicate that it's a floating point type, as opposed to double. On top of that, the bit of notation that you have to do. So let's say I'm assigning a variable, and the variable that I'm going to assign a value to the variable name, whatever it is. And if it's a floating point type, I have to say, so if it's a 1, if I say float my variable is equal to 1, I can't do that. You have to say my variable to 1f. Keep that in mind. Sometimes it will reduce with C# and Java. It causes a little bit of confusion. YF, right? You're like YF. It basically says the difference between the literal now is cast. That's what you're doing. You're casting it as a float, as opposed to a double. There's a difference between a float and a double in terms of a series of precision digits. How much precision you're going to get out of it, right? If you think about a float, it's single precision, real number, and then a double is double precision, which means double the length of the in terms of after the decimal point. Arithmetic operators are the same as all C influence languages. We can go over that. Some stuff that's from an increment perspective, plus plus and minus minus, you're going to see those things often. Again, more modern programming languages like Swift that's just come out, they've removed this. So they don't have plus plus and minus minus anymore. They discourage the use. They rather use the short operator plus equals to 1 for plus plus and minus equal to 1 for decrement. Right? So you might see those operators as well. Stop me if I'm going too fast or if you don't know operators or something like that. Right? You should know all this stuff. So there's some really good examples. Yeah. Does it work? Right? I'm going to force you to use a certain programming style. I'm not going to review your programming style so much in this course, right? Can you make it work is going to be the answer. I might look at it and go, do my check with you. Next time I might go, oh, that's darn ugly. I might say that to you, right? Doesn't mean that there's no opportunity for you to improve it. Right? I'm not going to tell you that, right? But there's always different ways of doing something. And as developers, we get better and better at that. How do I make it so that it's easier for me to program? As though it's experience. Again, examples of arithmetic expressions that use integers. I'm not going to go into that too much. Again, you here, look it up. Notice the decimals use the n. Right? So instead of the f float, M, that's what that's going to be. Here's the shortcut operator, what I like to call them, plus equals, minus equals, times equals, and so on. Same for all COMP1004 languages that are up there today, including JavaScript. A typical assignment statements, nothing here, so skip. Again, you see the m's, that's indicating a decimal type. And this is right from the book, that's why I'm not going to go too much into it. And some people don't have this. Okay, I need to talk about a lot of times people convert from something like a byte to short to a long to a decimal. That's okay. Right? Why is it the first one you did, right? Because you're going from less precise to more precise. But if you go the other way around, from more precise to less precise, what happens is you get chunky. Right? I never get digits if I have like 15 significant digits or whatever it is. Right? Or then as I go down to something like a short or a long, all those just get off, right? Because it becomes an integer. So all that precision, gets lost. Don't recommend that. I mean, if you're going to convert, you might as well round, right? Or just, if you want to do it this way, you can. It's like what you're saying is this: if I take a byte, I don't have to use casing or casting syntax to get to that. I just have to say, this decimal variable equal to a byte, whatever the byte would be. And then C# would do for you. That's implicit casting, and I don't like it. Right now, in just general programming basics, I always try and get you to shy away from implicit casting. The system tries to figure out what you're trying to do. Please do not think the system, the compiler, is dumb. Right? You are the smarts behind your things. For an event, it'll be going to the screen. That's very interesting. Oh, they just see me somehow. I don't know. That's really weird. Let's try this again. Thank you for that. Now, the screen now. That would be a little better. Let's see. Sorry. Thank you for that. Because we should be broadcasting live. You can hear me, right? You can see me, right? That was weird. That's a little better. Okay, so casting. So we already covered this a little bit. Notice that we use this type. And I'm looking at this a little bit from a syntax perspective. You should know what casting is, converting from one to the other. That's what it is, right? But take a look at this. I've got an integer grade, and I want to convert this real number to an integer, and I can use this casting syntax. Yes, this is one way of doing it. What's the other way? You can parse, right? You can convert. You can actually convert keywords. And you also have something as keyword you also use, right? So there's many cast, but this is definitely an explicit cast. It's telling the system to convert from a double or a float to an integer, which means we should chop off these. So right? It's just going to, right? That's casting. There's some other really cool built-in functions. The math round. That's a good function. Math power, so number to the power of whatever it is, number root. Max, we do that as well. That's 2 hours and maximum. That's a really useful function, yes. Maybe it's something else because I'm actually in a broadcast. Let's see if it's working. That's weird because it is reading my screen. It is interesting. I haven't done anything different today. Bad connection. That could be what it is, right? So let's do a stop. We'll stop recording just to make sure I take care of the people on the other end, and I'll plug in directly. Finish off with the conversation, and what I'll do is later on I'll upload the recording at the same time. Because I'll shoot up later onto YouTube after the fact. I'm not doing that because it takes extra time, but if I have to, I have to. So, and I will do that version of part 2. And when we do part 2, hopefully we'll fix the problem. Sometimes I need to reboot.